Nowadays, there are businesses and places that you can go where people will automatically ask you, especially if you call a company or a corporation on a phone. They have this answering machine thing where they ask you to give them your name, where you're from, and then they ask you, how do you identify yourself and what is your pronouns and all this. And I usually say something like, my name is Brett Keene, and they is doing just fine, or he and his and her and him, they're doing all right these days. Thanks for asking. And I usually identify myself as the most sexy man in the universe or on the planet Earth. And nowadays I'm referring to myself as Dr. Feelgood. And they go, what is your degree in? And I say, well, I don't have a degree in being a doctor. I don't have any kind of, schooling or education whenever it comes towards being a doctor, but I really feel like I'd make a great doctor, and that's what my brain tells me, so that's what I'm going with. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to end up being a surgeon and work on people's brains and also do heart transplants and all that because I just feel like I could do that. If I feel like I can do that, that's all that's important. It doesn't matter if I actually have the qualifications or the skill or the talent to do any of these things. And of course, none of you out there would want to offend me or hurt my feelings for believing this about myself. So I'm sure that when you actually do need a heart transplant or you need a tumor removed out of your brain, you'd be more than happy to allow me to do that because, well, if you didn't, it would hurt my feelings, obviously. You don't want to do that. Who cares if I have the ability or I might screw up? The point is that he or her is and they want to do the job. And you wouldn't want to discriminate against me, would you? You wouldn't want to discriminate against my pronouns and how I identify myself, correct? Of course not. You're a good person. You'd be morally unethical if you were to say that Dr. Feelgood couldn't work on your brain or your heart, right? Mm-hmm. So you see the fun in that? You see the humor in that? You're going to instantly, when you put yourself in those type of positions, the same people who are pushing this political agenda on how people identify themselves, whether they think they're a furry animal or they um, consider themselves one of these, something that they're not on a scientific biological level, they're going to instantly have to debate against you and shoot down their own ideas in order to not get worked on.